I realized that I needed to do law in order to serve people better. Not even me, not only women, not only children, but anybody for that matter. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you, Sudha, for inviting me to this talk. I would like to introduce myself as a practicing lawyer. I did my law a couple of years back and I started practicing at Supreme Court of India. And I'm presently based out in New Delhi, where I had a lot of opportunities of working with both the genders. But prior to it, I have a pretty crazy career that involves a lot of social dealing, social entrepreneurship, and social scientific work. And that I have been doing for almost 10 years or so, rather almost 13 years now. And during that time, I realized that I needed to do law in order to serve people better. Not even me, not only women, not only children, but anybody for that matter. Because the human right, which is fundamental to us, people need to know. And since I live in two different areas of life, I have two worlds to cater to. One which is not at all aware about their rights, another one which is a little bit aware. I won't even say that the area where I live in, that is the capital of the country, everybody is that much aware about their rights. So while I was reading about IoT, since I also have an engineering background and I do understand quite a bit of technological aspect of things, and I try and integrate a technology as well as management along with all my knowledge, whatever I have gained during the years while working with people around the bureaucracy, around the government. I have understood one thing, as in, if you have a voice of your own, there is a possibility that you will be heard and the problem will be resolved. But that is not 100% of the times, it's not true. So now, since I am here to talk about Internet of Things Day, which is in itself a fascinating topic, but I would like to put in a little bit of my thought process, which is more inclined towards gender equality, which usually people perceive as feminism. But for me, it is more about gender equality than talking about only feminism, or maybe only talking about women rights and all those things. But for me, rights of every individual human being, be it a male or a female or a child or an old age person or LGBTQ or any other gender, it is about their equal rights. And do we think, or do I think, whether IoT is going to help in that particular gender equality to be achieved? I definitely think that. In case if a person is quite equipped with all the kind of technology or maybe the knowledge which is required for that particular person to sustain its livelihood in the world, then I believe that person is empowered. So, is IoT helping them? Internet of Things definitely is helping them. Now, when it comes to women and women empowerment, and when I want to talk about it, is IoT helping them? Is IoT going to help them? I believe it is, and it will keep on doing so if we do it diligently and if we allow them to use this technology for their own benefit and for enhancing themselves and their knowledge and their well-being. Definitely Internet of Things is going to help them. I'm not here to talk about what Internet of Things is, what IoT works on, how self-driving car works, and how all the AI and all the development which is going on in technology world is done, or is it achieving something. You all know, all of us are well equipped enough with the theoretical part of it. What I am here to talk about is more related to human side of it, responsible side of it, or say ethical side of it. For me, sitting in India, And being born and brought up in Varanasi, which is a spiritual capital of the world, and people from all around the world come over there, I started thinking more in the terms of the spiritual gain or ethical gain of this particular technology which we are talking about so consistently in the world without even thinking twice. What I think, sitting in an AC room, it's very hard to understand what a person who never even had a phone thinks about, how a news reaches them. We are very well capable of having a watch which is connected to the internet. We have a laptop, we have a phone, we have a computer, we have TV, smartphone, smart TV, smart fan, smart AC, everything. And everything is connected to internet. So we are talking about internet and its things and the connectivity of it and how to move forward, how the self-driving car can behave. But are we talking about it in the responsible manner? Are we trying to make it reach the people who actually need it? I have seen that world where people do not even have access to proper phone where they can talk about it, let alone making them reach with online education and everything. But when the pandemic hit, many of them never even had the idea of online education. So is IoT helping them? Because since I run a non-profit organization as well, and I have been working on it since 2008. So while doing so, what happened? I was living in two worlds. One was well equipped, one had, I think, 10% of what I had over in Delhi. Then I started making them understand that even if you do not have all those connectivities, there is a possibility of you learning, maybe by the paper, newspapers, or the magazines, or any other way possible, whatever we can provide you with. There was a conflict. The conflict was about understanding how to use those technologies for their good. What started happening once they had those smartphones or the laptops or the tablets, without thinking twice they started using it for their entertainment purposes, despite of the fact it was given to them to study. So how to make them study? We have to make them understand that you have to make your life in future. Many of the children, they are being born and brought up with a mindset that once you have been married to someone, especially girls, if you're married, then that is your his responsibility. He'll take care of you. But then how that man perceives that female who's totally dependent on him for food, for shelter, for clothes, they believe that we own this particular female. Owning is a thought process of one person thinking of a female as a cattle. They do not respect her. And that is where this gender equality issue comes into my mind. I always, since my childhood, I had this particular issue. When anybody used to pinpoint me and ask me that you bring it because you're a girl, that never happened to me in my house, but in the society it used to happen. That how come a girl is wearing a jeans, how come a girl is so much allowed to go out at night, and how can she party, how can she decide her own career? Thanks to my parents, they never made me realize that I was a girl child. I was rather given all the opportunities with which even most of the times guys also didn't get. Sorry if I've deviated from what I had to talk about on IoT days. So basically, I would like to get back to that particular point where I would like to talk about two topics. One is the female's role or women's role in STEM education, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and second is in ICT. Are these two kind of integrations in women's life going to help them perceive that equality notion and probably move ahead with the thought process that once they have that technological mindset grown, they can move forward. That will give them an edge to understand how innovation works. There is a possibility that they will try and have entrepreneurial skill, which will give them uh, some kind of uh, benefit when they will start their own work, when they will start their own entrepreneurial aspect. There are so many startups now we are talking about, but then still women owned startups are the least funded ones. They are 30% less likely to receive that kind of gesture which a man owned startup will have. They do not get a positive exit all the time. It's like way too less. And at if we think of a girl child at the age of 15, how many do you think even think about moving towards STEM education or ICT? It's hardly 0.5%. Rather, boys at the age of 15, it's like 5% who are planning to move to ICT education or ICT communications. So now think of the difference. It's a huge difference. Even in the thought process at the age of 15, when there should be no difference as such in terms of a girl child and a boy child understanding. So, how to avoid this disparity? Recently, when I was reading about all these things, I came across a paper which talks about AI and gender equality, which has given a fair idea as in where we stand when we are talking about gender equality, when we try and talk about fundamental rights, when we talk about the fairness, when we try and do something to avoid the bias. Now comes the point of the responsible AI. How are we going to take care of the bias which may come into picture if we are talking about so much data deposit in the AI system? All these points definitely come to mind when we are talking about all these things. So I would not take a lot longer, but what I will do is I will pose a question towards all of us, including me, that are we really ready, even in our minds, to talk genuinely about gender equality in terms of technology and innovation? Are we really ready? Are we going to do something about it? Let's start from IoT Day. And once again, thank you so much.